Hello friends and welcome back. What? Yeah, you to get out of my house. Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. For today's Skyrim mod showcase on the PS4, we're going to be taking a look at a mod that adds some functional rings into the game. A ring to give an alternative light source if you do not want to use a torch or a mage light or candlelight. A ring to alert you of nearby danger. And a ring to automatically unequip the quivers from a bow and arrow if you switch to a different weapon. Useful for those that like to play in third person and don't want to have to unequip them manually. With that said, let's take a look at how to find this mod. So to find this mod, bring up the search function with L1 and you want to type in the name functional rings. Now if you try to search this mod by the mod author, who is Cyan49, for some reason it will not come up, so you need to type it in as functional rings. You'll see it right here. There are two options. I'm going to be selecting this option, which is the English option. Again, this mod is by the mod author Cyan49, as you can see here. And the mod description in part reads, this mod adds 3 types of functional rings. It is craftable without cost. A Ring of Moonlight, 1 through 5. The moonlight shines around you only during the night. Moonlight effect is disabled by sneaking. Ring of Simple Unequipped Quivers. This ring gives the player the ability, if a weapon other than a bow and a stone bow is equipped, we will automatically remove the quivers. If you re-equip the bow, you will equip the weakest arrow. This is a fundamental system of the game, so I cannot change this. And finally, the Ring of Alert. This ring informs you of the presence of an adversary at the beginning of combat or when searching. There are also 3 types of Moonshards that can be crafted without cost. A Moonshard for interiors, a Moonshard for dungeon, and a Moonshard for the player's house. And that if you equip these, you will have the moonlight effect in these interiors. Here is also a link to Cyan49's Discord server if you are interested. Okay guys, so we need to actually create these according to the mod description before we can use them. I don't think it's located here, but I'll check real quick. Yeah, I didn't think so. So, just hang with me here for a minute where I figure out where I actually gotta create these. I'm figuring it's probably here at the Blacksmith Forge, probably located, if it's like my Triforce ring, most likely in Jewelry. So, give me just a second while I look through and see if this is it. Yeah, there they are, right there. Okay, so here is a Moonshard. This is for dungeons. It says if I equip this, the Moonlight effect expands even while you're in dungeons. Moonlight effect is always effective. So, I'm guessing that will give, like, Moonlight inside the dungeon. I don't know, I guess we'll see. Here is one for interiors. Go ahead and craft that. And here is one for the player's house. So, it looks like the description for these is pretty much the same. Here is the Ring of Alert I was talking about that will inform you the presence of an adversary at the beginning of combat or while searching. And here are the Rings of Moonlight. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. I'm assuming that maybe this is like how strong the moonlight would be or something. I'm not exactly certain. It doesn't say here. So what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and I'll craft this one right here, which is Ring of Moonlight 5. And I'll also craft the first one here, Ring of Moonlight 1, and we'll take a look at the difference between them and see. And this is the Ring of Simple Unequipped Quivers. Okay, so, as you can see, there was no cost for creating those, and let me just find a spot that's kind of dark here without too much light, and we'll go ahead and check out these Rings of Moonlight. This should do it. So in order to find these, you want to head to Apparel, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's down there. Alright, so these are the Moonshards, but let's see. This is Ring of Moonlight 1. I'll go ahead and equip that. And okay, yeah, that just gave just a very little bit of moonlight, looks like, around me. It doesn't light it up too much. So this is like the lowest amount of moonlight that you can get, and not lighting it up too much really around here. Let's go ahead and equip now Ring of Moonlight 5, which is the highest amount that you can get. Oh shit. Yeah, now that, definitely. Wow. Okay, yeah, I think this would definitely be the one that I'm using. And there's actually no moon out right now. It's all clouds. So this brings a moonlight effect even if the moon isn't shining, which is really nice. Let's see also. Okay, I still have infinite magic, which means it did not unequip my Triforce ring. Sometimes when equipping different rings, it will unequip my Triforce ring, which is my God Mode ring. But it did not unequip that, so that is fantastic. And let's see, let's go ahead and try this one next, which is the Ring of Simple Unequipped Quivers. And I'm also going to go ahead and equip the Ring of Alert. Now, I'm not exactly certain how this is going to work. I don't know if it's supposed to make the controller vibrate or do an effect on screen. In any case, let's go ahead and equip some quivers here. Let's see. I like the way these look. I'll equip these. And I'll go ahead and equip Ariel's bow, and we'll head outside. I'll go ahead and fast forward time to the day so you can see a little bit better. We'll check out these Moonshards for the interiors in a little bit, but I'll be back with you guys shortly after a brief cut. Alright, this seems like as good a spot as any to test this out. Shouldn't get in too much trouble out here. I don't want any bounties on me. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and shoot off an arrow, make certain that that's still working fine. Okay, and now when I switch back to third person, okay, that's a little odd. I notice now we have the Forsworn arrows instead of the Elven ones. The mod description did state that it would equip the weakest arrows. Let's go ahead and see if it unequips to begin with. I'm going to switch to the Dawnbreaker. And it did, yeah. So great. It did automatically unequip it without me having to do it manually, which is nice. I don't use the bow and arrows that often, but it's always a pain having to unequip them, the quivers manually. Now you'll notice that again it's automatically equipping the Forsworn arrows, which the mod did warn about. Perhaps a way around that would be to have just the ones that you want to use. Let's go with these right here, but maybe just the particular arrow set that you want to use. It might make me use the bow and arrow more often though. I forgot how fun it could be to shoot these off. But yeah, another thing that did surprise me though is when I had went into third person and then switched to first person was that the other arrows equipped, but each time that I go ahead and equip a different weapon, it does unequip the arrows, so that's nice. I think I'll go ahead and shoot off one more before we go, and this time though, let's go ahead and I just realized I've been kind of haphazard with my arrows. I might accidentally hit something, so let's be a little bit safer and shoot them off here into the forest. That one should be safe.
Message for you, son.
So yeah, you can see working pretty good. The arrows are firing off without any issue. And if the weakest arrows equipping is something that concerns you, then like I said, just try having the arrows that is the ones that you want to use and no others. That way it forces it to equip those particular set. Next, let's go ahead and try out the Ring of Alert and see how that works. I'll see if I can convince some of the enemies around here to want to attack me. Not exactly certain when I'm going to find one of these, how much I'm going to have to cut out. Wait a minute, what was that? Okay, guys. Okay, I think that was the ring right there. I didn't expect it right now, or I would have done it a little bit better. So, I would guess I will go ahead and leave this in. I got kind of like a screen effect just then, and like a heartbeat sound. I think I was talking through it too. Let's see if we can find another enemy. I'll be quiet here unless I don't get anything for a while. I don't know how much cutting I'll have to do, but...
Alright, hand over your valuables.
Okay, I didn't get anything that time.
Then I guess that's your last request, fool.
Ah, okay, now it's doing it. So it didn't alert me before he appeared, but after I said about I would rather die to where he would attack me, it did alert me then. I guess if I would have chose to give him the money or whatever, he wouldn't have been a threat, so it wouldn't have alerted. Ah, perfect. Let's see here if I get an alert off of this save cat. Oh, you bastard, you killed a rabbit. Okay, nothing yet. Seriously, just gonna walk off and leave us? Normally, whenever I do a showcase, everything and its mother is more than happy to come out and attack me now because I want to be attacked. Only twice. I'll see if I can find, we'll head to an area where I know enemies are always at and see if I can get an alert before actually encountering them. That way I don't have to keep talking through this while I decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to cut. What in the world? It's walking the trail like a human. Well, this is a first. The ring isn't going off though, so I guess I won't include it. Can't believe this. I've never seen this before. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. You want to be in the showcase? You know, I might save this. I mean, this is kind of neat. Oh, you son of a bitch! Okay, guys, I just figured out something. First, don't go here, kitty, kitty, to a save cat. And second, sometimes the ring doesn't alert you till there's danger, till it's right in your face. Ah, it's about damn time. Hey! Get back here and attack me, damn it! Alright, that's it. I give up. Didn't get any alert either. Any other time when I'm trying to do a showcase and I don't want to be attacked... Wait a minute. Okay, I just got an alert now. Let me use Eagle Vision here and see if there's anything around or if it was off of that by chance. I don't see anything. Wait a minute. Okay, guys, looks like I'm thinking the ring just alerted me there's an enemy right there. So that is pretty good and might be actually the first time I actually get to show the ring working as it's probably intended because, yeah, there's danger right there. So it alerted me from pretty far away. And I do apologize, I ain't really been able to show the ring of alert off all that well. Any other time I'd be getting attacked constantly, but it's either been like right before it happens or there just ain't been any enemies around. So that was probably the best I'm going to get to really show the ring. Again, I apologize for that, but it did alert me from pretty far away. Okay guys, I think next we'll go ahead and take a look at those Moonshards that we crafted. Those are meant for the interiors. We do have 3 to choose from. I think I'll see about finding a cave. That'll probably be pretty dark. Be back with you guys in a little bit. Yeah, this will be fine. Okay guys, so as you can see, I don't have any moonlight around me right now. I do have the moonlight ring equipped and it is nighttime, but I am going to go ahead and equip. I don't know which one of these it would be considered. It'd probably be either a dungeon or an interior. Wouldn't be the player's house, but I'll go ahead and equip them all and then we'll see. Whoa. I was going to say we'll see the difference, and we see the difference here. Wow, that really lit it up well. Okay, so let's see which one is doing that. Is it interiors? No. It's probably dungeons then. Yeah, okay. And that makes sense because there are probably enemies and stuff in here, so it would be considered a dungeon. It also makes me just now realize, why didn't I just do the portion that I would have needed for the Ring of Alert? Because I am still wearing that in one of these and save myself trouble. And yeah, there it goes. Okay. So, as you guys can see, the Ring of Alert alerted me to the spiders in here. I drove myself nuts trying to find enemies, and all I had to do was do like I normally do. Don't look for them, and there they'll be. I think I will keep the other footage in there, though, that I shot for the Ring of Alert itself, because I was trying to shoot for, like, each section, but for one, it took so long to get any usable footage there, it drove me nuts. And for two, it does actually show some of the shortcomings of the ring, because, like, there were times that I didn't get alerted until right when I was going to get attacked, and then times that it alerted me fairly well on, like it did there. And here again, we have a vampire straw, and I did get an alert. Not until he became aggressive, and then it did alert me, so at the beginning of the battle phase. But yeah, but you can see perfectly well in here with the Moonshard, and actually, you know, just to be certain, because there are different light sources in here, I'm gonna unequip the Moonshard, and because I just want to make certain that it is all coming from this that we are seeing. So yeah, that confirms that that is way darker without it than it is with it. So this is something that is really fantastic for being able to explore interiors. And you know, I just got an idea. I'm gonna unequip that again. I want to see the difference between using the Moonshard and using a candlelight spell. Normally, since I'm a mage, when I explore interiors and want to light them up, I use candlelight. So let's see the difference there. Oh yeah, it's no contest. The candlelight only lights up directly in front of me, but down there it's still dark, where with the Moonshard, everything is lit up, as you can see. Not here. Just a sec. Okay, and there's something else that we just found out together. So if you're using the Moonshard, don't cast a candlelight spell, because apparently it doesn't work with it. Now, I'm able to turn my candlelight on and off at, as I want, because I have an infinite duration, but if you did cast it, then you'd have to wait for it to run its course. The great thing about these rings is it makes exploring like these interiors very nice for you to be able to see, and you could even fit these into the lore of your character. Maybe your character found like enchanted rings or whatever, you know, that they equipped when they were doing this. So let's see, I think next we'll go ahead and check out a player house interior. The other interiors ought to be the same, but I kind of want to see what it is with the player house. I'm going to go ahead and drop this because it didn't really light it up all that well. But I'm definitely going to, I really like that Moonlight 5 there. But yeah, I'll be back with you guys in just a little bit. So we're currently in one of the modded player homes that I have. This is a home that I've showcased before on the channel that I really like. That is somewhat of a darker one, so I wanted to kind of show the difference that equipping the Moonshard would have in here and point a couple of things out. So as you can see, it lights it up quite a lot in here, just like we saw within the dungeon. Now, a couple of things to note, though, is that the floor over there, you'll notice, is still relatively dark, and you actually need to kind of move over to the area for it to light it up, as you'll see here. But it's actually over here at these columns that I do want to show something. As you can see there, you gotta be right up on it to see the detail, but take a look at these columns. You'll see that they're kind of blinking on and off here. That is because of having the Moonshard equipped. If I don't have it equipped in here, then that doesn't occur. So that is something to keep in mind. Plus, you can see it completely changes the atmosphere of this player home, but it's just kind of, I wanted to show what it would look like in one of the darker interiors for the player home. It's not really needed in here. Okay, so finally we'll take a quick look at one of the interior cells that I also briefly showcased that is more somewhat dark, I would say. Back with you guys in a little bit. So, for those that have seen one of my more recent videos, you will recognize that this is the interior of, I'd say the basement, somewhat of a player home that's actually treated as an interior for underneath the day spa, and was one of the darker areas that also did not work with Mage Light very well, but I wanted to show it will work perfectly fine. As you can see here with the Moonshard, it completely lights it up in here, and as you can see, it makes everything extremely seeable. Now, of course, I'm not going to really go around in here too much, being as I have just showcased this. Plus, this is not a showcase for this mod, but I do just want to quickly kind of show that the difference that the shard can make in a darker interior like this. And so, before we go, I do have one more kind of a bonus. It's another dungeon, but really one that I think really showcases the difference that having these shards can make. And then we'll be ending the video. Back with you guys in a little bit. So I am currently in Darklight Tower. This is another dungeon, and I thought a great place to be able to end this showcase off on a relatively bright note, so to speak. As you can see the difference when again equipping the Moonshard for the dungeon, just how much of a difference that makes. Detail that you could not even see before, like on the walls there, is completely clearly visible and is really a night and day difference in this particular dungeon. And of course that doesn't mean that I will use this in every dungeon, but if I wanted to explore every nook and cranny of it, just take a look at the difference of that Moonshard being equipped versus not being equipped makes. So if this mod would be of interest to you, definitely give it a download, check it out, read the mod description thoroughly so that you understand everything that the mod has to offer. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Take care. This has been a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin. Peace out.